What's going on? I'm David DK Kim. They call me the Heckler. I am new to whatyoutwatch.com. I'm here to talk about sports pretty much for the most part. So, my favorite sports teams, they are the Dodgers, the Lakers, and the 49ers. Those are my favorite pro sports teams. College teams, I like Duke, I like Notre Dame, and of course I like UC Davis. So, those are my teams. If you want to know why I follow those teams, leave me a message or a comment on the page and we can discuss that. Well, it's baseball season and the trade deadline just passed us by. And the two teams that were pretty much not doing anything at the trade deadline are the two teams that are leading the way in the NL. The Dodgers, my Dodgers, and the hated Giants. I mean, up here in Davis, California, I mean, you can't help but hear about Giants all day long on the radio and everywhere, but you know what? Those two teams are the least active on the trade deadline, and you know what? I think that's okay, because both general managers did not want to part with prospects that they could have given up for high-end talent. But if you're the Giants, as in Brian Sabian said to the papers and to the press, he doesn't know how good his team really is. So he doesn't want to get a rental if his team's not going to make it and sell his future in the farm system. So good for him. I mean, I laughed when they signed Dan Heckler because I knew that they wasn't any good anymore. And he went 0 for 11. He had like 6 strikeouts, 3 errors, and then he basically got sent down or designated for assignment, which is like the veteran's term for basically he got released. So that experiment failed. I'm glad it failed because Dan Heckler's one of those guys that easily could have basically went to the Giants off the scrap heap and got caught on fire like a Pat Burrell. Or even, I don't know, Aubrey Huff. Both of them, I really hate them, but basically the Giants are known to just take guys off the waiver wires, sitting at home watching TV, watching a baseball game on their couch with a beer or whatever, and all of a sudden they're in shape hitting home runs in clutch situations. Whoa. But, Dodgers were also not that active during the trade deadline. And for me, for one, I'm glad. I didn't want to see Jock Peterson or anyone like that get shipped out of the farm system for, say, a Lester or even maybe a David Price. But I mean, John Lester, like a 2-month rental, he's clearly said to the media that he's more than likely thinking in his mind that he might go back to the Red Sox. So I mean, why are you going to give up prospects for the 50-50 shot at him re-signing? And the other hand is you give the Red Sox a bunch of talent, and then he turns around and goes sign with them anyway back in the offseason, and then you didn't get anything. So, I'm glad, as a Dodger fan, I'm pretty glad that nothing happened. And I'm pretty glad, and if you think I'm familiar, it's because I am on KDVS Sports. I do Aggie Talk on Tuesdays, and we did say that I don't think that they're going to trade Matt Kemp in the season. If they're going to trade Matt Kemp at all, it's going to be in the offseason because they need Matt Kemp's bat in the lineup for that playoff push for the World Series run if they're going to make one. And as you can see in the last 2 weeks or so, Matt Kemp has proven, people that said you can't trade him, right. He's at, 5 home runs, he's hitting like .435, he has like, 10, 15 RBI, he's basically on fire right now. So, Dodgers aren't trading him, it's going to basically be Andre Ethier coming off the bench, and the starting lineup is going to be, Puig, Crawford, Kemp. So, Dodger fans deal with it, you have to wait till the offseason until they're going to even, entertain trading Matt Kemp.